What's up, guys? It's On and Off Football. Let's talk about the NFC North this year. This is mostly a Packers-based channel. I talk about football, but mostly the Green Bay Packers because I am a Packers fan, and I want to give you Packers fans and just all-around football fans news on the NFL and the Green Bay Packers. But this is a video where we're going to just talk about the NFC North being the best division in football. To be honest, going into the season, I did not expect this, nor did really anybody in the NFL. Vikings being 5-0, unexpected. Bears being 4-2, unexpected. And the Packers at the bottom being 4-2 as well, with Jordan Love missing 2 games. This is a crazy division. Vikings, undefeated. They take on the Lions this week if the Lions win. And the Packers win against the Texans. 3 teams in this division are going to have 5 wins. Bears are on a bye, so they will not be playing. Oh, wait, the Bears are not on a bye. No, the Bears are on a bye. So the Bears are on a bye. They will be playing the Commanders when they come off of their bye, which is a really tough game for how the Commanders have been playing. But that's for a different video. Packers are taking on the Texans, which are 5-1 and hold the lead in their division. Their division is probably locked up for them, especially the way they've been playing. But the Lions and the Vikings, they play each other. And I can just imagine how this division is going to be by the end of the year if the Lions somehow beat the Vikings. And then the Packers go on, I think, in 3 weeks from now and beat the Lions. This division is tough. I thought the Packers, honestly, were a great team going into the season. And I thought they had a better chance than any team in this division to win the division. It does not look like that. It looks like it's going to be a dogfight till the end. Packers play the Vikings, their second last game of the season. Then they go on to the Bears. They play the Lions in 3 weeks. And then they play the Lions again on December 5th on a Thursday night. It's a tough schedule for the Packers going forward. You have the Texans. I think the Packers could win that game. You have the Jaguars. That should be a win. Lions, absolutely, it's going to be a dogfight. It should be a dogfight. Bears game, I don't know what the outcome is going to be. Packers playing the Niners. I will be at that game. I will try to get content for that. But that's a game that's going to be very important, too, for seeding. Also, the Niners are not a great team right now. They're 3-3. They also, I don't know if they have the hardest schedule coming up. They haven't been winning against great teams either. They beat the Pats. They beat the Jets. Lost to the Vikings. Lost to the Rams. Without Puka Nacua. I think Cooper Kupp was also not in this game. Cup was also not in this game. So it's a tough division for the NFC in general. But the NFC North is obviously the clear number 1 division in the league. Packers, looking at their schedule, I can see them winning. I can see them winning this Sunday against the Texans, especially with Nico Collins. The Packers just lost Ontavian Wicks. He's going to be a week-to-week. Jaden Reed's probably going to play. He hurt his ankle, but he's most likely going to play. Packers healthy all around, mostly. Jaguars, just not a great team this year. Travis Etienne's out. You got Bigsby, D'Ernest Johnson in the backfield. I think the Packers could handle that. Lions, a great team. Don't know the outcome of that. Bears, I think the Packers still sweep the Bears, regardless of Caleb Williams balling or whatever. Niners game, I'm going to be at the game, so I don't want to be biased, but I definitely think the Packers have a chance. Dolphins, Tua's probably going to be back. That is on a Thanksgiving night. Probably a Packers win because it is at Lambeau Field. Dolphins still need to get back together. Lions-Packers game in Detroit. I have no idea how that's going to go. I think the Packers could beat the Seahawks. I think the Packers could beat the Saints. I don't think the Packers get swept by the Vikings this year. And again, I said the Packers are going to sweep the Bears. So I think the Packers only lose 2 or 3 more games from here on out. I see 12-5, 11-6. It's definitely a possibility. The floor is probably like 10-7. Vikings, looking at their schedule, they play the Lions. I think the Lions could win that game. Play the Rams. Rams should have Cooper Kupp, maybe Puka Nacua back. So we will see. Cooper Kupp is going to be playing this week. So he's most likely going to play against the Vikings on Thursday night. Then we also have the Vikings against the Colts. I think the Vikings win that game. I think the Vikings are making the playoffs regardless because they don't have the hardest schedule. Unless they randomly have a fall off, I don't see the Vikings not going to the playoffs. But this is a tough division to win at this point here. I think the Packers, it's a hard chance they win the play. Looking at the Vikings schedule, I don't know if the Packers win the division. I can see the Packers making the playoffs, but I cannot say I think the Packers are going to win the division. Looking at this schedule that the Vikings have, it's not that hard of a schedule. I think their hard part of the schedule actually came early when it was against the Niners and the Texans, but they beat both teams, and then they beat the Packers and the Jets, and now they have the Lions, which I think they're going to lose that. Rams, no idea how they're going to play again. Look, any given Sunday, any given Thursday, any given football night is going to be a... You never know. Bears, I don't see them making the playoffs with their schedule coming up. I think they lose against the Commanders. I think they lose against the Cardinals. They could beat the Patriots, lose against the Packers, lose to the Vikings, lose to the Lions, lose to the Niners, beat the Vikings here. I'll give them the benefit of the doubt, but beat the Vikings here. I think they get swept by the Lions. I think they beat the Seahawks, but I think they lose to the Packers, which is realistically not going to be enough for them to get into the playoffs in an especially hard division as the NFC North is, or just the NFC in general. And then you have the Lions. Lions, not the hardest schedule. You have Vikings. I think they win. Titans, they win. Packers, don't know this game. It's going to be either way. Either which one, Packers, Lions. I mean, I'd say it's a split regardless. They could beat the Texans. They beat the Jaguars. They beat the Colts. They beat the Bears. Bills game's going to be good. No idea what that's going to be like. They beat the Bears again. Niners, probably beat the Niners. And then this game's going to be close. Lions could make the playoffs pretty easily. Packers' schedule is actually the hardest in the North, it looks like. Yeah, it's a really tough schedule for the Packers. They have the Texans. If they lose this game, it's not good. They need to win this game because they could go on a 3-game win streak, maybe a 4-game win streak. They could go up to 8-2, which would be very good for the Packers. Then they could go into a Niners game at home that could potentially make them 9-2. Then you go to the Dolphins at home again. It's a short week, but you're still at home. Go 10-2. It's realistic. It's going to be difficult, especially with all these injuries happening. We don't know who's going to get hurt. We don't know what their time span is of coming back. But I can see the Packers make the playoffs. I can see the Vikings and the Lions make the playoffs. Bears, their schedule is not that easy. Don't see it as easy for them. But we will see. All I know is the NFC North is probably the toughest division in the league right now. It's tough. It's so tough. Realistically, Packers win this week. They're 5-2. Lions beat the Vikings 5-1, 5. They're 5-1, 5-1, 5-2, 4-2. It's a tough division. It's a very tough division. All on a win streak, by the way. Packers on a 2-game win streak ever since they lost to the Vikings. Bears, they lost to the Colts, which is very surprising. Colts are not a great team, but Jonathan Taylor, I think, ran all over them. So, Jonathan Taylor had 2 touchdowns, 23 carries for 110 yards. That's just Jonathan Taylor. They're on a 3-game win streak since they lost to the Colts. Lions, since they lost to the Bucs. And the Bucs are a weird team because they're winning games, but they're also losing weird ones. And then the Vikings, they're on a 5-game win streak without 1 loss. So, this is what the NFC North looks like right now. No idea what to expect. I hope the Packers win on Sunday against the Texans. It would be great. That's all I'm saying. It would be great for this division, for the Packers' chances to stay in the division, because it's going to start slipping away sooner or later, and it's probably going to be sooner because the Vikings, they don't have that hard of a schedule. if they beat the Lions, it can easily be out of reach by like week 10 or 11. But we will see. Packers still in it, Bears still in it, and Lions still in it. This is a dogfight of a division. No idea who's gonna win it. Who knows? Vikings are 5-0, but all teams behind them are just one win behind. They lose the top of the division. Lions beat them, they're at the top. Packers win this week, they're in third place. Vikings second. So that's gonna do it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. This is a crazy division. I did not think I would be seeing the NFC North be this competitive going into this season. The 2024 to 2025 season, did not expect it. But this is what This is what we have, and we gotta fight. Packers gotta fight. They want to make the playoffs. It's gonna be tough, but they could always get in without having to win the division. And looking at the standings of all teams, I don't think it's gonna be that difficult. NFC, I definitely think the NFC is harder than the AFC, but who knows? It's all around NFL. You look at divisions, it's just the only division that has 4 and 5 wins all around is the NFC North. So obviously the toughest division. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys found it helpful. Let me know in the comments down below which division you think is the toughest. Who you think is gonna be the victor of the division? Who is gonna reign supreme on top of the division? Who's gonna win it? Let's hope the Packers do. But we will see Sunday. Two important games for the Packers and the Lions and Vikings. But that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a comment, like, and subscribe. And